Hey, what's up you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Thanks for coming back for another lesson. Last Friday, I did a Hendrix embellishing lesson. We're gonna carry on with the same ideas here. I'm gonna show you a different one of my favorite, very versatile chord inversions. Hendrix used it a lot, but other guys too. And we can add it to that last lesson. So be sure to go over that last one and add this with it. Let's zoom in and check it out. That last lesson, we took a D major shape and figured out what the notes were, and I took one of the higher register notes, the F sharp, and put that in the bass. We changed the fingering, it's in that other video lesson, but we ended up with this. So that'd be a D, D, E, F, G. That'd be a G. We then did some embellishing with it. So we're going to just do that same concept. I'm going to show you where it comes from. Let's look at this A shape, right? That's where we get this bar chord. So for instance, if I wanted to play a D with the root on the A string with that A major shape, it looks like this. Right? That looks like the A, the finger looks like the capo. So that'd be A major, you know, if we had to pretend to put our finger down on the net for that open A. A, whole step to B, half step to C, whole step to D. Now we have the root, a D note, in the bass of the chord. An inversion is when we take one of the other notes of the chord and put that in the lowest register. We're going to do it with that F sharp again. It's one of the more popular ones. And the F sharp is right here. You can also hear the F sharp here, an octave up. But it's also right there. So how do you play that with that? That's not really gonna work out. So what we do is we're gonna take that index finger, you know, you wanna think of this chord. That's a D chord, think of that. Visualize it with your laser vision. And then you just take your index finger and we're going to replace the ring finger with it, like that. And now that frees up the ring finger to hit that F sharp, which is on the 9th fret of the A string. You'll hear it sounds the same. But you want to visualize this. So the next thing you do is you'd bar starting on the A string across because we're going to hammer that 9th fret A string while we hold this down. So that's a D major chord. I like to call this the Hendrix major chord. You also have the hammer on right here. You also have it on the G. You also have the sus4 right there on the 8th fret of the B. So if I just loop a D chord, you'll hear how this fits over it. Standard old D chord, here we go. Here it comes. You can add your pinky. You basically have the major pentatonic underneath it. You can cover the 10th fret B and high E. You can do that and slide it up a whole step and back. Now let's take that concept and just play a different chord with that new shape. Let's take a G major chord with the root on the A string. So that's the 10th fret right there. Ring finger across the 12th fret, D, G, B, like that. So you visualize that chord to realize that we can replace the ring with the index, bar it across the A string and all the way, and then hammer a whole step up on the A string with our ring finger. So that's a G major inversion. Back to D. So now, if you went over that last lesson, you'd see there's D to G here. And then that D inverted shape. And there's the G with that shape. D chord. You know, you can combine them over the same moment in time, you know. So if it's a G, 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 you could go, you combine those together. Now let's use that new voicing for D to G. We've got the D major inverted here. And we have the G inverted right here. Ooh, now combine the two shapes that you know. So I did a D major chord with this new one. And then when it came time to do the G major one, I was already in that position right here. So D. All right, thanks again, you guys. Really appreciate your support. Any other lessons you'd like to see, leave it in the comments below while you're down there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And also thanks for supporting Marty Music and martymusic.com. Hope to see you again soon. Later.